gets pretty light. I mean dark when the natural light comes in from the outside. Natural? Natural? I like to say like nachos and popcorn, you know, making the kernels pop and making nachos from corn. Keep thinking of the sun as like this I don't know, this, you know, that plant there, they have the sunflower plant, and it just sends out its radiancy because of how it was made, how it was built, what it was built for. Anyways, we were going to get into this video about numbers inside of Chaldean and gematria, and it's also going to be about minuses and pluses, because -7 from 8, everybody would say 1, right? But the reality is, if you're on the negative side and you're going to the positive side, 7 minus 8 plus is actually 15. We see the V here, we see the X below, so we obviously know something to do with separation, correct? Incorrect? But take a look at the V. The minimum amount of space needed for this V is more than the area used. Do you see this here? This is 2 blocks used. This one is 4 blocks used. 4 by 2, separation of the 7th gate. Sitting on X, you see the left and the right angle? The X would split this over here. Does my A come over here, or does my real A start over here? See the little door? Anyways, then you got 3 sections, 4, 8, 12. And in 4, 8, 12, you're just encompassing the head. Then you get another 4 equals to 16, and another 4 equals to 20. But if you count only one person, you get 4, 8, 12. And then you get 4, 8, 12. 12 and 12, 24. And then the connecting 4. But anyways, let's get out of that. Let's get into something more complicated. Something that might change your life. The only thing that's going to change your life is you forgetting about everything out there while you're in here with me. Close the door. Close the door. We've got an eye on you. Okay. Where do I start? Where do I start? First, I see my autofocus is coming on. I'm going to have to shut that off. First, we're going to do a simple numeric value where the word 10 comes in. In regular numbers, 10 is 39 and Pythagorean 12. That is a word total, and it's 9 plus 3, 12. It's 2, 5, and 5 equaling to 12. If we wanted to count this in gematria, right, we would count it as 7 and 5 and 1. 1, 5, and 7. So the one spirit passes into the beta world. I just like to use 2 and 5, and that is your gateway, te. And this one is another 5, but it's the DNA 5. This one represents 1/2. This letter represents 1/4. And this is where we can probably bring in the understanding of Scrabble if we want to break down words. The word 1, the O, if I remember correctly, is valued at 2. We would end up with 2, 3, 5. The total of 1 is 5 in gematria. The total of this is 12. Bring it down to Pythagorean, becomes 1 and 3. So 1 is inside of 10. 0, okay, the 26th one would be in gematria. It would be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Would Z be 1 again? Let me see. T, S, 6, U, 6, V, 5, W, X, Y, Z. That would be 1. Is that correct? Z would be 1? I have to take a look at this. Correct. So we have 6 and the R next to the S. Okay, and the S is 6, so that means this has to be 5. And the O is 2, so we have 5 and 2. O and R representing gold, also representing XO. So it's representing the sun, and the reason it's representing the sun and X and O because the O is the 15th letter, right? And the R is the 18th letter, and which equals to 33. I'm going to try and explain to you why it's relevant towards the moon. Boy, this is 9. This is 6 for rotation. Gold, yes, because or in French is gold, and these angle over here, the numeric values for gold, 3476. Okay, and 776. God is inside of gold. God is inside the moon somehow, because the diameter for the moon in kilometers is this numeric value. Anyways, let's just jump into this real quick. In Chaldean, we have 2 and 8 create 10, because I always need to create 1, 4, and 7 all the time, right? I always need to create that. I don't know why, but I always need to create 1, 4, and 7. That's the way the rule goes. I need to create the left side, right? We need to create the left side, because the left side is what makes up everything. Inside the cube of 8 is 1. But anyways, let's not get into the explanation of that. Just let's show you the numbers. 2 plus 8 is 10. On the plus side, separation is 6. On the plus side, separation, okay, in connecting the separation. If, okay, separation is 2. There's 1 in the separation, there's 3 in the separation, and there's 5 in the separation. 1, 3, 5 says ace. But to link one number to the next, it takes 4. Now, if you're adding the number itself, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, it actually takes 5. So there's 3 values for this over here. You will notice in Chaldean, there is no 9 used, as well as no 5 used, and no 1. So there is no A, there is no E, and there is no I value, okay, in numeric values towards North America, towards, you know, Columbus discovered America, even if there were 7 million people here before. Do you understand what I'm saying? 7 million people in America, but yet Columbus discovered it, right, for his books. So anyways, this is what we get in the 10 world. Now, if we want to minus it, right, 7 minus 8, the difference is 15. The letter is O. 7 minus 6, the answer is 13. Minus is 1, 1, 1. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, 1, 1. So this is how we bring the relationships, but the actual separation is this. If you notice in this world over here, there is no 9, but in the minus and separation world, we get this number here. 3, 5, 7, the movement of time. 1, 2, 3 is 6. This is your creation. Your creation lands between the Venus and the delta angle. Your creation lands between 4 and 2, 6. But the separation is this one over here. These two numbers will now represent A and E, A and C, A and G, and this is the beginning of your piano. Okay, this is the total of your piano. Give me a C. Romans say give me 100. So now we have the top part, 8 and 7. Okay, 8 minus 7, 6 and 5. So this is the top part. This is the bottom part. 15 and 3 is 18. 13 and 5 is 18. So everything is 18. Everything is now 1 and 8 in Chaldean. Okay, this one is different in Chaldean because the total value here is 9 and there is no 9. So how is 9 created in Chaldean? By 4 and 5. What is the value of 4 and 5 in Chaldean? The value of 4 and 5 in Chaldean is D, E, DMT, EHN, X, 4, 13 is 4 and 2, 4, 8, 10, 5, 13, 27, 60, 51. Total of Mars, 51 area over here. This one is 4, 20, 33, 37. The cube, 37 and 51, 88, creating the sky, but the numeric value is the passage in the foxhole in the sun. We're going to try and make this a little bit quicker. When we get to the continuation in Chaldean, we did these two numbers on each side, where this one will be 642, 9, 7, 5, and then 3. 1 and 2 will then create 3. 375 is the movement of time. Divide this by 60. 3.75 divided by a quarter. Okay, it's divided by 15 seconds, or a quarter of time, equals to 4. 16 parts of 3.75. 7.5, the numeric value for the moon, right, equals to 2 times this. So we need 30 seconds, 30 minutes, right, to create this value of 7.5, the numeric value for G and E, power up the moon. Inside of Chaldean, we bring this to the 4 world, where 2 and 2 no longer count, where 4 plus 0 does not count. But you notice the way the 9 shows up in the 0 spot. 9 plus 4, 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Right? So 0 and 9 make the exchange. But 9 is the birth. And the only one birth we have is man 6. The other side of something, the first number on the other side of 5 is 6. So it's just like 1. 9 times any number, right, will be 9 again. 9 plus any number will be the number itself. So it never changes. 6 will always bring the number up by 1. Is it by 1? 6 by 4, 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. So what does 6 do? 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 6 times 5, 6 times 6, 6 times 7, 6 times 8, 6 times 9. That's what will happen to all the numbers, 3, 6, and 9. 6 plus any of the numbers, okay, will go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we have this, we have the sky system. We have the church. We have birth and creation. Then we have 6 and 4, electric company in rotation. So we have to continuously understand more of these numbers over here. When we add them up or subtract them, it's going to give us another number. It's going to tell us another story, but we have to talk about it together. Inside of Chaldean, Chaldean, we also have 5 minus 1 is 4, creation of 6. We have 6 minus 2 is 8, creation of the heavens, the queen of Mars. This is the cubed cycle of creation. 3 times 7 is 21, the cube, alpha, beta, creation. This will be Pluto, and in the water world, a half and a quarter. Ace, create your ace. And it'll also create time, where A will be reverted to the numeric value of 7, because it becomes 7 and 3 creates 10. Anything to do with 10, we have to, are zeros, direct flat. Otherwise, I'd add 6 to all of these. Is that correct? Because there's 10 in all of them. Should I change the way I think and just put 10 in all of them, or just where 0 shows up? Just like over here, the in-between of everything is 0, right? Should I just add 6 to all of these? Let's not get into that. 9 minus 5 is 14. This will equal 5, 3, 1. So this is your Chaldean figure, your negative and your plus. This is 4 plus 9 equals to 13. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Okay. 5e, there's a reason. Oh, yes. The difference between here and here is 5. The difference between here and here is 3. The difference between here and here was 1. Right? That's what I'm just doing here. The difference between here and here is 4. 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 But what we're doing over here is 9 minus 5 equals 4. 8 minus 4 equals 3. And we're just creating this scenario over here. The Queen of Mars at the gateway of creation, to the heavens of the delta angle, to the birth in the E worlds, to the DNA of Father Jack at the 7th gate. In the next one, I wanted to do it about gematria, the same thing as I did with Chaldean, but if you got to this time, let's stop it and I'll put it into the next video. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.